Hello, welcome to this video. Thanks so much for tuning in and sharing in this now moment with myself and with one another. This message is going to be a little bit about advanced technology and enhanced technology. So we'll see where this kind of goes. And my intention is the highest levels of love, light, and unity consciousness. And so in this version of our reality, we have been taught that technology enhances our enhancements. We feel that robotics and the such, the things that we are valuing right now, are important for the advancement of mankind. And while this is true from one perspective, from another perspective, we are the enhanced technology. And while we will say this many times in the future, and we have said it many times in the past, we are our ancient past technology. So we look at the ancient past and we look at the technologies that were around back then, and we wonder, we speculate as to how, why, and who created or built such amazing technologically advanced cities or structures such as the pyramids and so on. So we would invite you to remember that the same beings who built those structures are held or encapsulated within our DNA structure. Therefore, we hold the memories of those ancestral contributions. And therefore, the more we activate our own human technology or innate advanced technology, the more we are able to advance as a human, as a collective, and the more we are able to advance and restore that which it is that has been forgotten or lost, one might say. For these lost civilizations are part of our ancestral connections and access points. And we will speak briefly on the ley lines that are connected to these particular places and spaces on the earth that hold these structures. For let us pretend for a moment that the earth is a body, and within these ley lines are electrical impulses or rivers, one might call it, that are connected to structures that were built or placed upon where these particular rivers of energy came together. And this created a resource, a conjunction, or a node that could be then tapped into. And let us take that for a moment into the human construct. For in this human construct, we are held together in a body. We have rivers of energy and blood lines. We have meridians and chakra systems. And so within our own technology, we have nodes and conjunctions that then work together in the organs and beyond. And we are connected to this through this, and yet we are a soul encapsulated in this particular body. So if we compare the two, is it possible or plausible that the soul or the energy of the earth may not only be physical, but beyond? And therefore, our own technology is connected to something that is beyond the physical. So all has a quantum resonance, all comes from a source that is not only accessible in this reality. Therefore, the other realities or the ancient past ancestors or versions of us from another perspective are connected to us now in this reality. And why is this important? We are coming upon or up on a new timeline. We are coming up on a new point or space in time, and this holds memories. This is a time conjunction point in which we are navigating new experiences and new expressions of these experiences. And we are navigating through these expressions or mediums, if you will. Our body is a medium, just as a, I'm hearing all kinds of things. Just as the artist uses a easel to hold the medium of their, I'm trying to remember this word, the thing that you paint on. Ah, sorry, I'm hearing compass, I'm hearing medium, I'm seeing all this stuff. It's a lot. Ah. And so just as we are a medium for this information coming in and we must utilize the pictures that we are seeing, you guys, when I say we, I'm just tuning into multi-dimensional aspects of myself. We are harnessing the past versions and future versions of all of the memories that are encased within this particular skin suit and beyond this particular skin suit or medium. And so we are choosing what we paint as the artist. We are choosing what we create as the maestro to our symphony. And so we would refer back to this advanced technology. For our costume that we wear is merely an application that holds certain systems within it. And I'm seeing a phone app or a computer app. So this application allows to make certain adjustments on our mainframe computer from one perspective. And so we could pretend for a moment that we are connected to a computer. And we're using this term because it makes it easy to demonstrate what it is that we are trying to share. You guys, I'm not very familiar with computers, so bear with me. So the computer has an application that is an enhancement to the computer. Once we dive into that room or that app, it allows us to apply all of the different variations that are held within that particular program. So many of us are computer systems that came with apps that we are unaware of, we have access to. So the different apps that are held within the physical body are here. They are accessible, yet we must have the passcode in order to turn them on. And I'm being guided to share this as a spin-off of a previous video that I did. So as we recognize these passcodes, as we give our face ID, one might say, it allows us in. Yet we are looking at a future in which we are facing a myriad of misidentification. So as we identify with certain things that are not necessarily us, or let us say, are not necessarily in cohesiveness with the password needed to get into the application, we are missing the fact that the application is there, and we are looking for other resources to fill that need or perceived want for advanced technologies and advanced understanding. So the way to get into these passcodes is through frequency and vibration. So many of the alignments that are happening on the earth, and this is why we continually say the earth is your friend and you are hers. It is important to work together, for she enhances your technology and you enhance hers. It is a symbiotic relationship that is purposeful. And the purpose is full of expansion and experience and co-creation. The more you interact or interface or move through interactions with this deeper technology that the earth holds, I'm seeing crystals, I'm seeing ley lines, I'm seeing electromagnetic energy, I'm seeing mercury, gold, all of that. It enhances your communication with these applications. We cannot turn the applications on unless we have accessed the resonance that is the key that unlocks the combination or the frequency. And if the applications get turned on early, we don't necessarily understand what has happened. We don't necessarily see that we have already turned the key, and so therefore we are not really accessing the program to its fullest potential. I'm being shown a picture of even my iPhone. I really don't know how to use so much that's in it, but it's there, but it doesn't mean I know how to work it. So many of us are like children playing with a new toy. All of a sudden, these applications turn on, and we only access a percentage of what it is fully capable of. And this is what we are implying in these messages with the human technology. And while many of us listening may not like the idea of comparing the innate divine human with a technology that is material in form, we would remind you that the body is material in form. It is finite, just as a computer is. Yet it is imbued or embedded with the program of the soul and the light of what we refer to as God or source, or this deeper innate energy of consciousness that is full of, it's just full of everything. And we also would like to convey that it is not necessarily to access it all or turn it all on, for that would be equally confusing. We would have a myriad of programs that we were not sure what to do with or how to fully use, and that can be overwhelming. So this is part of the reason why there has been a certain timeline of activations for many different humans. For example, the Kundalini key. Everyone has access to this. It is something the spiritual teachers have been speaking about for much time, a long time. Yet, when turned on in the inappropriate way, it does not harness the frequency that it was perhaps intended or programmed for. Therefore, the program can be corrupted, one might say. If you've ever had a corrupted virus or something on the computer, or a program that did not correctly download, it causes the entire system to misalign and to be misinformed. And I'm just seeing like it's a disconnect, like it doesn't add up, so it doesn't work properly. So we are really being called to bring these messages up right now because many humans are using applications that they aren't realizing they're using, number one. Number two, they are not tapping into the fullness of the resource of these applications. And it starts with rewiring the computer. For the computer has a myriad of programs, and let's call the human body the computer for a moment, that have been introduced to it that are no longer required, that are no longer necessary to, I'm seeing like when you do, when you wipe the computer or when you clear cookies, when you delete old programs that are bogging it down. Yet at the same time, I'm being shown sometimes if you remove an application that came with the phone, that can mess up the phone too. So let's play with that. Many of the applications that seem unnecessary can be removed. And these we would call old programs that have been running on auto update. They have been updating on their own because of stories that we have tuned into, because of habits that we have learned that have been passed down perhaps through our parents or their parents, or a generational experiences. And so these patterns that have been learned, many of them are no longer applicable to the new applications. They are actually creating a disconnect with the key. They are lowering our frequency. They are lowering our frequency enough that is making it challenging to make the appropriate adjustments to clear out the old system and begin fresh. So we invite everyone to hit the refresh button and to scan the body for any malware, and not only the physical body, but the mental body, the thinking form, the thought forms that have formed beliefs and more programs about what we think we are, what it is that we think reality looks like, what it is that we think we came here to do, or what it is that we believe we are capable of. For many of those programs are actually keeping us from further exploring the applications that we already came equipped with. And so there are many different variations of how we turn these applications on. And there are many different varieties on how we use these applications. And so one phone may, I'm being shown like Instagram, for example. When you use that application, some people might use it for business. Some people might just use it to show family photos. Some people might make amazing videos with it. Some people will use all of its capabilities, and other people might just use 1%. This is a choice. Yet some people do not realize they're unconsciously making choices about what they can and cannot perceive, about the use of their technology. And these belief systems are what are keeping us from acquiring the deeper assets. And this is a play on words. It is making it more difficult for us to assess what it is that we need in order to create or expand our perception of reality. So this is, much of this is a play on words, but let us skip over all of the, I'm seeing like the steps to download the application, and let's look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that we already have these keys. The bigger picture is that we already came equipped to handle this technology. Yet the old system that we have been wearing and tuning into has lost its plumage. I'm seeing costume. The costume has lost its plumage. The feathers have fallen off. And so now our flight is being delayed in some cases. So we are being invited to let go and sit with this for a moment, to get into the waters, if you will, dive into the ocean, go connect with the earth and her technology in order to hear the sound, in order to see the sequence, in order to feel into the sequence of induction points that allow us to introduce, induce, deduce, it's all play on words, this deeper resonance. And once we feel that, it is easier for us to let go of what we no longer truly feel. So for example, many of us feel that we must feel a certain way, and that is based on an old program. We are being called to let go of that and feel into the now moment, and to tune into the human touch, the human senses, and the deeper sensations that are actually bubbling up to tell us that something else has turned on within our system, that something else is lighting our fire, lighting our spark. And there are other things that have lost that spark, for they are no longer connected to this deeper expression or higher dimension that we are quite able to access. And so we will end on this note. The technology is advancing, and we are also the technology that is advancing. So let us keep up. Let us play and allow ourselves to feel this light, to allow us to align with this newfound space. I'm seeing MySpace. Do you guys remember that? And then I'm seeing Facebook, and then I'm seeing like all of these different, like it's a whole new world that's beyond these computer programs. It's innate, and it's living light code technology. And this living light code technology is language, and I'm seeing let's run diagnostics and see what we need to defrag. And so let's play with this just for a second. For as we defrag, as we recognize that we have been fragmented, we let go of the fragments that are blocking us or weighing us down. And it allows us to connect into the fractal rather than the fragmentation. It allows us to create more of a connection point with our true hub, our true resource, our true spokesperson, the center of the wheel hub. And so this allows us to create through this innate technology, and we then are able to access the quantum field at a greater I'm hearing rapid pace of ascension. Okay, so I'm going to end on that note. There's going to be a lot of these little bursts about technology, and it has to do with quantum communication. And communication isn't just, it's using all of our senses, all of our resources, and not just tuning into that 1% of the application. Unless we choose to. We can make that conscious choice not to interact with our, interface. We can choose not to feel our heart. We can choose not to feel our emotions and feeling love and compassion. We can choose to be in resistance. But when we go into this resistance, we're blocking, and it's causing a malfunction, basically. It's not that we're not operating. We're just not operating on all cylinders, if you know what I mean. So I hope you found this fun, and in love and light, namaste.